there, lovely homeowners. On this channel, we share all things home related to make your life easier and your living spaces happier. Today, we're discussing home maintenance tips to save you time, money, and headaches down the line. We'll also be hitting on your homeowner network, some essential people that you'll want to have in your contacts to handle any unexpected situations your maintenance did not cover. So let's get started. The first person you want on your homeowner network is an insurance agent. Now, of course, insurance is designed to protect you from all the risks that you may come along, but just make sure that you actually have the coverage that you want and need. Do you need earthquake? Do you need flood? I don't know, but the insurance agent does. So make sure that you talk to them about different coverage that's available, and so they can tailor it to your specific needs. My needs are going to be different than yours, so just make sure that they have what's available and that they're encouraging you to use it. Things like earthquake or flood insurance may or not be useful to you. And you also want to make sure that you're saving all you can by bundling your home and your car and your boat and your golf cart, whatever that you feel that you need to have insured. Usually I tell people when they're going to look for homeowner insurance that they start with where their car is, because usually you're going to save by bundling. Now, if you are a lakefront homeowner, then you're probably also going to need liability insurance just because there's a higher risk while you're living on the lake. I also recommend that you reevaluate your coverage regularly, whether that's every time your policy renews in 6 months or a year, or in fact, you can do it every month if you want to. Just make sure that you're getting the best savings that you can with whatever company that you're with and whatever the package that they offer you. Another person you want on your homeowner network is a cleaner. You want to make sure that you have somebody reliable, can be there whether you just have a busy schedule or maybe you have an emergency that you need them to come in on a short-term notice. So you want to make sure that you can find someone that has good references, also a flexible schedule, and is detail-oriented. It can be helpful whether you're going on vacation, maybe you have to have surgery, or maybe someone in your family has surgery so you have to go visit them, or even if you decide to turn your lakefront property into a vacation rental, then you have somebody that can check on it for you regularly, make sure that everything's okay, as well as clean it. And cleaning regularly can also help you find any maintenance issues that you aren't aware of, as long as you're not just catching the surface, that you really get deep down in all the nooks and crannies way back in the cupboard. You might find some leaks under the sink if you're doing your thorough cleaning. So that's a good way to keep on top of everything, is just to make sure everything's clean and decluttered. And lots of times you may have seen on hoarders that if you get into where they have all this stuff packed up, not only is it difficult to get around, but they're often hiding issues beneath all that stuff. So cleaners can often help you declutter as well as actually clean. Another person that will help you with home maintenance tips is a landscaper. Now, a lot of people are going to be doing their own lawn, own weed eating. That's common. But there's going to be times when you need somebody, a professional, to come in and help you out. Maybe you have allergies and you can't handle the cutting the lawn, it just makes you feel too bad. Maybe that you're going to be in the hospital or you're going to be away on vacation for a couple months and you want to make sure that it's maintained and you don't get in trouble with a code violation. So you want to have one on your list so that if you need them, you can contact them. You do want to make sure, as well as for maintenance, that you keep your lawn cut, your bushes trimmed, and your trees pruned. It will not only help with curb appeal when you go to sell your house and also for when the tax appraiser comes around, but also that it keeps away any bugs and moisture. They like to collect in piles of leaves or underbrush. So it keeps them away from your house and out of your yard so you don't have to worry about them bothering you. There's definitely going to be times that you want them. And sometimes you can just hire a high school or college student that's working for the summer, but there's other times that you will need a professional who can actually trim your shrubs the way you want to, or get up in those high trees, or make your garden cut the way that you really meant it to be cut. So they are a good person to have in your contacts. Painters are also a good person to have in your homeowner network. Lots of people feel that they can do painting on their own, and probably inside you might be able to, but when it comes to ceiling or heights on the outside of the house or getting on a ladder, again, you may want to have a professional come in. Again, you might be able to have a high schooler or a college student come in and help you out if it's the right season for them to be available. But this is also an important thing to keep in mind that you want to do regularly. Keep your house maintained and in good condition. It also gives good curb appeal if it's on the exterior, and it can prevent water damage if you keep those areas covered with the paint. They help give you a moisture barrier between the outside and the inside. Even if you don't have a baby or a child or a pet, you still may need a house sitter once in a while. So it's good to have someone on your contact list that can help you when you really need them. It's important to think ahead though and get your child or your pet used to this person, so when that emergency comes up and that vacation comes up, that you have no problem asking them and that they're used to them and they will trust them. And of course you want someone that you trust as well. So having them regularly beforehand when you really need them is an important thing to do. You can also check on care.com. I don't know how many people in the area are registered on there, but just check with your neighbors or friends to see if they have a recommendation for a pet sitter, babysitter, or house sitter. So of course with a homeowner, you need to have a person that you can depend on for repairs. Sometimes you can use a general contractor or a handyman. They can help you with minor repairs, major repairs, even home improvements. And you do want to make sure that you have someone that's reliable. Not only do they show up in the morning on time, but continue to return to the job, give you accurate quotes for the materials and the labor that will be needed, have the knowledge to do the job, finish the job timely, and with good wisdom. So it's important that you find this all in one person. Sometimes it's a little difficult, but if a handyman or a general contractor get to where they're beyond their own means, sometimes they'll hire a subcontractor. But you may also want to have on your list a plumber, an electrician, roofer, heat and air. And along heat and air lines, you want to make sure that you change your air filter. That's probably the most important thing for your heat and air system, is to change your air filter regularly and just get the cheap ones. They're like less than $5 and just change them monthly. And that makes sure that your system can move smoothly, especially if you have animals like me. A lot of that hair gets in the system, so you want to make sure it can't, like having a good filter in there. A programmable thermostat is also a great way to save energy and keep your house comfortable. Make sure you check regularly for any drafts or cracks around your windows and doors. This also saves you energy and keeps you comfortable in your home. So these heat and air people can help you with that and make sure that all the systems are working. You can do an annual checkup with your heat and air system too. They can check all the ductwork as well as the heater and the air conditioner so that you have a smooth heating and cooling system. So normally you wouldn't necessarily need a plumber and electrician or a roofer very often. It's probably going to be more like an emergency situation. So that's why it's important to have them in your homeowner network, so that when you do get a clogged drain or a leaky pipe or a safety issue that's an electrical issue, that you can have them come in quickly. Now our roofing repair probably isn't really going to be emergency. Hopefully it doesn't fall in, it's just a simple leak. But you do still want to have someone on your list that you know that is a reliable. Again, check with your friends and family and see if they have someone they can recommend to you to use when you need that specialized person to fix your home. Now, if you're a new homeowner, you probably are wondering why you would need an inspector or an appraiser after closing. But if you plan on doing any renovations, if you're planning on selling your home, or if you want to dispute the tax assessment that just came out, those would be all good reasons to have an appraiser on your contact list to reach out and ask any questions. Sometimes when you go to make renovations, you want to make sure that you're actually improving the value of the property. You can ask an appraiser, if I do this, will it actually improve my value? And if so, how much? They should be able to give you a general idea. Now, if you're selling your house, an appraiser is a great way to do so. Also, obviously, you can call a real estate agent too, but an appraiser has an idea of the market as well. They're probably going to charge you for you to come out and do the pricing, but it gives you a price to start with. And if you get your new tax assessment like we did recently, and you want to dispute that your house is not worth as much as the county has, then you can do an appraisal also and say, this is what the appraiser says. I don't know where you got that number. But you also do want to do regular inspections of your home. At least every season. I mean, annually would be okay, but seasonally is a really good idea. You can check for any wear and tear, any leaks, any cracks, any noises from any of your systems, electrical, heat and air, roof, that don't make sense. You also want to check everything from the roof to the foundation. Are the gutters leaking? Is there limbs on the roof? Is there cracks in the foundation? Is the water getting inside? So an inspector, if you wanted to hire them, could help identify these issues before they become major problems. Now, if you do a major remodel, you're probably going to have the city inspector come in afterwards to make sure that the person doing the work did the job right. But you can also independently hire an inspector to come in and make sure that they didn't miss anything or there's additional issues. And lots of times when you buy a home, everything on the inspection list isn't done by the seller. So you may want to use that inspection list to go through and make any repairs and maintenance that you need to make. Additionally, if you're not aware and if you are having any issues that you can't explain, there are specialized inspectors for anything from mold to radon to lead, or maybe you just need a structural inspector. So keep in mind there are people out there that you can refer to or their experience and get an idea of how you should proceed if you have any maintenance issues that need to go and get repaired. It's good to have friends in high places or just neighbors that you know really well. For example, if you are doing a home renovation, you're probably going to have to get a permit, and it would be really nice if you knew someone at the city or county office to get that permit from. Oftentimes, the contractor is the person that gets the permit for you, but sometimes if it's an extenuating circumstance, you may have to request a variance, and therefore the homeowner is going to have to do that and not the contractor. So if you do have to do that, it's nice to have someone that can help you through the process and explain them to you and tell you if they think that you're going to be able to get it or not, or it's a waste of time. And every city and county is going to be different and have different restrictions. So, and even subdivisions have different bills of assurance in our area. So you really do want to have somebody that you can go to and really get their expertise and be able to trust them on the information that they give you. Also, neighbors are great, not only for building this homeowner network, but also they might be able to help you out with pet sitting or house sitting, or maybe even babysitting. Sometimes they can just tell you, hey, there's somebody at your house today. You just got a package. It's really just nice to have a good relationship with your neighbors. So it is good to have them even in your contacts. They're your neighbors, so you might not necessarily have their phone number, but it's good to get their phone number so when you are out of town or you have an emergency, then they can be there for you and go check on the house or the pets or the kids. You should also have other professionals in your homeowner network, including accountant, mortgage professionals, real estate agent. Yeah, you just bought your house and you probably were in contact with them regularly, but do keep them in your contacts because an accountant can make sure that you're getting all the benefits and perks of being a homeowner. Maybe you have a home office you can deduct, or maybe just your mortgage interest you want to deduct. Either way, they are an important asset to your life, and so keep them in your contacts. A mortgage professional. Yeah, you just bought your house, but maybe you want to do a renovation and you need a home equity line of credit, or maybe just a home equity loan, or maybe you started out with a high interest rate and you want to know when you can get that down. So you want to make sure that you stay in contact with them so they can let you know when the rates change. You also want to stay in contact with your real estate agent. They can give you valuable insights about what the market is doing in your neighborhood and can fill in the gaps in the homeowner network if you don't have any people that you've been able to fill up all the contacts that I mentioned. If your neighbors, your friends, or family can help you with that. And when you're ready to sell, they can help you let you know what to change with your house or anything to fix up and make it have great curb appeal and the best time of the year or which year to sell. So make sure that you keep them in your network as well. There you have it, guys and gals, 9 fantastic home maintenance tips to keep your home in perfect shape. Remember, a little bit of effort and attention now can save you a lot of headaches and expenses in the future. Don't forget to download our exclusive home maintenance checklist PDF. It's your ultimate companion to stay on top of all your home maintenance tasks. The link is right there in the video description waiting for you. Feel free to reach out to me to fill in your homeowner network if your neighbors or friends or family weren't able to help you fill it in. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day.